And welcome to This is Private Practice for Tuesday the 3rd of March. Welcome to autumn here in Australia, where it is overcast and a little bit drizzly and about a lot of degrees cooler than it was yesterday. Yesterday we got up to about 38 degrees Celsius here. Today we're lucky to have broken 20, which is awesome when you really not enjoying all the heat. So I'm really appreciating the cooler change that has been today. It also gives me a chance to just catch up with myself a little bit rather than trying to drink so much water when it's so freaking hot. Yesterday afternoon I had a nap and slept right through This is Private Practice. So how is that for me taking care of myself? But disappointing that I wasn't here to share the good, the bad, the ugly, and all things fabulous about building a private practice. I do want to talk about managing risks in your business today. And yes, this is on the back of the impact we are having with the coronavirus right now. So I'm not getting into stats. I'm not getting into fear-mongering. I'm not doing any of that. What I do want to help you all understand is right now, whether you're feeling it at the moment or not, it is going to have an effect on us. It is going to have an effect on all of our businesses. So what I have learned today is that in Japan, schools are closing, and where children gather, they're actually making that illegal. So childcare centers, post-school education, which Japan does a heck of a lot of, faith-based communities, not allowed to gather at the moment. Here in Australia, we're seeing supermarket shelves get emptied out, and we are seeing every Tom, Dick and Harry, wherever you go in a healthcare service provider at the moment, there are signs up in multiple languages warning us about disclosing if we have travelled, where we may have travelled to, and things like that as well. So why is this important for us as health practice owners? Well, number one, we are dealing with people. So if we are doing face-to-face connections and we are doing these in healthcare environments, like I've been in a hospital doing lots of things for my husband over the last couple of weeks. I've been in a hospital a lot. People are going to present with these symptoms in a hospital. I often do medical case conferences. I do case conferences with other allied health professionals. Where people are going to be and where people with compromised immune systems are going to be is going to be where I am delivering services. So there's risk here. There's risk for me personally, and then there's risk for people that I might come home to, or other services or people that I'm involved with. So we actually need to take this pretty seriously. We actually need to start thinking now, how are we going to respond to viral load? How are we going to respond to clients that say not feeling very well, I think I've got a flu? How are we going to respond to people who have just told us that they've traveled somewhere and they're now back in the country? How are we going to respond to that if it's staff members? For those of us who have contractors or employees, are we going to put our foot down and say, hey, I get that you've just traveled overseas and used up all of your leave, but I actually now need you to take a 14-day incubation period or quarantine period, which is the commonly recommended thing. Not an industrial relations lawyer here, but it's a common theme I am seeing amongst fellow business owners at the moment. I am noticing people who are having contracts for corporate work cancelled or postponed indefinitely because of travel bans. I had a really big project with a reinsurer get postponed indefinitely because they've had to reallocate all their resources for the project that we were going to work on together to how they're going to globally manage this coronavirus. So from really big picture right down to the minutiae of you potentially being a solo business owner, we're all going to have some impact here. We're all going to feel the impact of this. In Australia, we're struggling with tourism. We're struggling with all sorts of, our economy is going to struggle if we don't start receiving goods from China again. Businesses are going to go broke. It's one of our biggest trading partners, and the flow-on effect is going to actually have an implication for all of us as business owners. So this is where you don't go, freak out. This is where you go, okay, here is an opportunity for me to grow up and learn how to act like a business owner. Managing risk is a part of the responsibility and accountability that comes with being a business owner. It means that you will take known risks and you will manage them. Now, it doesn't mean that you get 100% management of it so that you will never be at risk. It's about mitigating that risk. It also means that you know what you will do should that risk present itself. So we would all know what to do if a client suddenly became hostile, aggressive, and was threatening violence. We would all go and take care of ourselves and make sure that care was provided. So we've just got something that's not so in your face, so to speak. It might turn up 2 weeks later, so to speak. It might mean that clients can't come. It might mean that clients are too scared to come. It might mean that now is the perfect opportunity to look at how to take your business online. Rather than having people coming in and being face to face with you all the time, can you say, well, there's no need for you to miss out on your treatment, your therapy, your intervention. I'm now well equipped to deliver services via video conference. How about we start doing that and both minimize our risk around this time? That way, our businesses are less impacted. So, opportunities to think about things differently rather than getting freaked out and concerned. And of course, we all know we've got to wash our hands, probably need to make sure that we've got some disinfectant gel in our bags, several, if you can find them on the supermarket shelf, that would be, and making sure that we're doing simple things, simple public health things to help keep this virus as controlled as we possibly can at this time. And this would need to happen regardless of what the health crisis was. This isn't the first time we've seen epidemic, pandemic, that we've been through swine flu. Some of us are old enough to remember mad cow disease. We've had swine flu, avian flu, all sorts of horrible things coming out of all sorts of places in the world. So it's another way that we get to experience how we're going to be a business owner and how we are going to look after our people, both the people who provide services within our business, but also the people that we provide services to. If we are feeling threatened by this, and if we are going to a place of overreaction and feeling really threatened, then our clients are going to be feeling the same. So how do we help them sift through all the information which they're probably getting from mass media and social media and help them make informed decisions about travel or shopping or getting their groceries or going to treatment or making sure they're getting the health care that they need? Bit of an uncomfortable conversation. I don't want to jump on a media bandwagon here, but I do actually think it's a great opportunity for us to think seriously about how we manage risk in our business. Because if somebody turns up to work and they've started working and they're coughing and spluttering and spreading the disease all around the place, it's kind of a bit late. All right, going to leave that with you. Looking forward to coming to you again tomorrow with This is Private Practice. Told you it was the good, the bad, and the ugly.